Hello YouTube, we have a pure Brigade DPE deck with Anthony. And yeah, go ahead and show us what you played.
It's pure Brigade or Brigade DP. I guess the main reason for me to play this is because a lot of people drop this because the deck's really boring, but it's still really good. Because right now you're seeing like a lot of Sky Striker with like hand traps and stuff doing really well. It's because like the hand traps and like a simple engine. And I think this deck does like the exact same thing with like more engine cards but like less like powerful like spells. So obviously we have Omen, they have Anchor, so that's kind of like the reason. Also plays DP, it's the best card in the game. So yeah. So to get into it,
How many cards is this?
I think it's like 42 or 43. They're just double sleeves, so it's kind of like chunky. But honestly, it doesn't hurt the consistency because like all these cards are like the same card anyways, except for like Fractal. So 3 Fractal, 3 Kit, 3 Nerve. I don't know if this is like a standard thing or not, but 3 of this, because this plus any of these is like technically like a play, like technically, like, you know, when you have something to play with already. And then it's just like a name to like help grind. It's also like the extender of the deck, and you don't have Barrage. Like, I just want to have another name. 3 Cat. The reason I'm playing, or the reason I play the deck is because resolving this is like really good. And then every when you don't resolve it, like you still set up something. Also, it's like it's randomly good against PK because you can't like Fog Blade, so that's like DP pop in. That's kind of cool for you. So yeah, there's that. And then the fat thing. I don't know. And then, you know, engine requirements. You're not playing these decks, probably just not good, or it's bird. So and then the reason I play a deck is because you can do this. So I play 3 Valor, 3 Ash, and then 3 Nib, because Nib's strong right now. You're just crazy if you don't think this card plus anything else is like an absolute blowout. And then yeah,
It's probably the best hand traps.
yeah, it's like the best hand trap lineup, and I mean they cover everything.
Like post spray, this is maybe the only one that might get weaker, but overall, like these are just
these
so
are all just
strong.
like so generic right now, so it's really good. I mean, this is like one of the only decks you can do it in, so like that's the reason I play the deck. It's not because like I love Brigade.
Like Sky does it in this one. I think that's really.
It's like basically like instead of trying to draw Ray, you're just trying to draw like a name.
Yeah.
And yeah, and like almost is like the same thing. And then 3 of this because you know you just have to play this in every deck. And then 3 of this. I thought about mining chalice because you know part of good card pile deck, you know, obviously, but I just couldn't. I was already over 40. I didn't want to justify playing even more, but I thought this card was like too impactful against like Scythe the deck and stuff like that right now. So that's why it's here. And then the one ofs. Obviously, like you don't have to explain these.
Power cards.
I didn't play reborn. Just
I just realized like 1-for-1.
Yeah, so if you 1-for-1 pitch a hand trap, like it gets you to like an Omen, which an Omen turns into something which is a play. You know, like it's just something that can like, help you get into the game. And then yeah, 3 Revolt. Because that's honestly all means aside, like Revolt and a hand trap is like you're not gonna die. Like anyone that thinks they're killing you in most cases, like they have to be playing one of those crazy hard combo decks. But having something like
DP Revolt, hand trap Revolt,
like having this plus Revolt, like not saying all of them obviously, but like having like something with any of these is actually just good enough most of the time. So yeah, it's obviously why. And then yeah, that's that. And then set the extra deck. Ooh, I love you, Jose. I love you, Eric. The best card of the format, or the main reason to like play anything that isn't like the meta.
Yeah.
And then this guy because he makes like Floodgate Field, and then this also like makes game.
So you're playing like what used the deck you would used to do, I guess, of like what Oppo. I guess I don't know if you play Oppo. But
so it's Oppo Herald. It's Oppo Herald Revolt, Dragon Lord, or sometimes you could do like Rugal Revolt, like this guy. Anything kind of like with him next to it, or anything that like sets up to it's like 4 stops in a hand trap. Because you don't always have to like resolve him turn 1. Like he's good at any point in the game. Obviously, he's like ideal at the start of the game, but you know, like you don't have to resolve him immediately for him to be like really impactful. He's always going to be impactful at any point. And then the links, Almirage, this guy, these things.
All the Tri Brigade.
I guess the only thing that might be kind of neat here is playing through this because the deck's good because it can grind, and you usually make one of them for sure off of your revolt.
Like you make one in the combo too, actually.
Yeah, you make one in the combo. Even if you don't use them in the combo, you make one off your revolt, and then your extender on your follow-up turn, because if you stop them, it's going to be another one. And then let's say that gets stopped or something bad goes happen, your backup plan is time the third. It's like there's no reason really not to play 3, because this card is like your be-all end-all grind game. So like this card's everything. So like I wouldn't want to like not play 3 of it. And then access, and then Apple. Most of the time with this deck, if you get to play, you get to like, you get to go first. You trade cards with them. They pause their turn. You play back, and then like you try to kill them with like access code, or even this card helps now.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good. It's honestly, it's like a very solid deck. It's not like the best deck, and it's not very like. It's something that I wouldn't mind comfortably playing for like 11 rounds in a tournament, and like as long as you don't like misplay, and as long as like
it's very resilient. It's solid.
It's very solid. It's not broken. It's solid. That's the best way to explain it.
All right.
I know I'm a side deck because it's all in theory. So yeah, we're figuring that out. So,
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, and subscribe.
Oh yeah, like, comment, subscribe. What are you doing?